Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, guys. The Eliminator, the brand new Forza Horizon 4 Battle Royale game mode, just came out last week, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. You guys have been having a lot of fun with it. Everybody has been enjoying this game mode, except for this one guy. Are you kidding me? No goddamn way! I don't know what his problem is, but boy, he sounds kind of angry. Anyways, ever since the Eliminator came out for Forza Horizon 4, I've been saying in some of my videos and some of my live streams that I want to see this get added in and this get added in. So I was like, why don't we compile a list of all of the best ideas for the Eliminator and put them in a video today, and cross fingers that maybe we could see some of these get added in the future. Obviously, it all depends on how much Playground Games wants to support this game mode. We don't know if they have any plans to continue upgrading this or add anything to it. Only time will tell, though. However, two things before we do get into today's video. One, as I always have to say, nothing in this video is confirmed. These are just ideas for me and some of you guys over on our Discord server. However, if you have other suggestions that I don't list in today's video, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear some more ideas and talk about them, maybe in another video or in another stream or something like that, so please let me know. And two, right now, over on our Twitch channel, we are currently doing a live stream where I am donating $1 for every person who beats me in a race in Forza Horizon 4. It's probably gonna be a very expensive day. I'm hoping to donate a bunch of money to a local food bank here in Montreal. So that's where we get to our sponsor for today's video. CSR Racing 2 is a free-to-play iPhone and Android drag racing game which lets you bring your favorite cars to life. Check out the link in my description to jump into the game right now. Explore hundreds of supercars, hypercars, exotics, muscle cars, and even some super rare stuff that you won't see anywhere else. You can of course customize those cars for maximum style points, tune those cars for maximum performance before you take them online, and then once you've built your favorite car, jump into the real world and check it out with the AR mode, which lets you explore the car in real life, but with your phone. Thanks to CSR Racing 2 for sponsoring this video and allowing us to do all of the things that we do here on the channel, so huge props to them. Go click on the link in my description and check out CSR Racing 2 for yourself and jump into the game right now for free. So with that out of the way, let's jump into our Forza Horizon 4 Eliminator suggestions and things that we would like to see in this game. Now, let's start it off with something that I spoke about briefly last week. However, some people took it the wrong way. Car skin. I would like to see car skin / wraps in the Eliminator game mode, because 99% of the time you have no idea who you're going up against. One of my main gripes with the Eliminator is everybody looks the same. Everybody starts off in the exact same red Mini Cooper, and you can't necessarily tell who's good and who isn't. For the Eliminator in Forza Horizon 4, you've actually already got levels associated with how much you play. And most of the time when you're leveling up, you're getting things like clothing or, more recently, wheel spins, which is kind of unfortunate. So why don't we make things more interesting and give people things that they can't already go and get? For example, car skin. You could actually even go a step further by including car skins in the already built-in wheel spin. You've obviously already got clothing inside of those wheel spins and vanity items as a whole, so why not toss in car skins for the Eliminator? I'm sure some people won't like the idea, but I like the idea of tossing in like some special ones in there and people can get lucky and get some cool stuff. And hey, maybe after a certain point and people have trouble unlocking certain ones, maybe you chuck them into the Forzathon shop like they do with certain cars already. And even another step further, why not toss them into the monthly challenges that, again, are already built into the game? Like I've always said, more customization and allowing us to make our cars look the way we want is always a good thing, and that is also very true for the Eliminator. And if you see somebody rolling around in, let's say, a gold Mini Cooper, probably you should watch out for him, say for example. Speaking of car skins though, what about the cars themselves? I don't actually know if Forza has plans to do this. It would make a lot of sense though. You may have seen one of our good friends, DJ Customs, went and posted this over on Twitter. Basically, a short little guide of what cars to use and what not to use. However, what about adding a rolling roster of cars? So basically adding new cars in and removing old cars from the Eliminator. Basically, that way your strategies and what is the OP car is always changing and basically giving new life to the game. That's just a brief little section on the cars. We will come back and talk about those in a little bit after we've spoken about some other stuff. For example, simulation damage. For those of you who don't know, in the Eliminator, if you go outside of the zone, your car has health, and that health will start to go down and down. However, what about making things a little bit more intense and adding maybe like a hardcore mode to the Eliminator where you have simulation damage? So if you're smashing into cars, rocks, trees, taking massive jumps, you will need to watch out for your car's health, because if it gets too low, your car will break. Obviously, they would have to balance this in such a way where you're not blowing up your car all of the time. I would imagine every single time you get a new car and you get an upgrade, your car's health goes back to full, for example. I just think personally it's a pretty cool thing that could get added in with features that are already in the game and would make things very, very intense, and you would have to be on your toes at all points. Now, talking about simulation damage, another way you could potentially fix up your car could be finding a supply drop within the world. We've already got blimps, we've already got planes in the game, and hot air balloons. Why don't they maybe drop some supply drops with potentially some med packs if you damage up your car too much? However, I'm not only thinking about med packs in these supply drops. What about high-level cars? Say, for example, PUBG style, you see a plane go over in a certain line and say it drops a package, and there's a tier 8 level car in there. You suddenly have everybody going to this one point and everybody's challenging everybody. What about a very, 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 very rare tier level 11 car? Currently in the Eliminator, the max level is level 10, and that's cool, but there is one car that is not in the Eliminator that probably should be. The RS200. It's one of, if not the fastest off-road cars in the entire game. What about making it a tier 11 car? And the only way to get it is from supply drops that come over the sky. It would obviously have to be super, super rare. But I think it would be super cool to add in like a legendary, almost like mythical car that people talk about and they don't even know if it's actually in the game just because of how rare it actually is. Speaking of making things a little bit more intense in this game mode, what about adding in a third man into a race? The problem right now is the Eliminator is always a one-on-one race. So sometimes you'll be driving around and you'll see one car chasing another car and they'll start a race and suddenly you have nobody to race around you. So let me set the scene. You see two people racing off in the distance and they're in the middle of a race. And you, as the third person, challenge them, honk your horn, and you are in, you join. You join their already in progress race, their finish line pops up, and you've got to go. They're already flying towards the finish line. However, if you beat them, you don't level up once, you level up twice, or the chance to pick either one of their cars just because it's a little bit harder of a challenge. Again, I think this would make the game mode super intense. You've already got people racing off to a finish line and they know where it is. So it's a huge risk to join one, but you also have the opportunity for a huge reward if you can actually beat them. The number one suggestion from you guys that I got so many times was, what about duos and squads? Obviously, it's a huge thing in Battle Royale game modes right now. However, the more that I think about it, I'm just like, how would it work? Say, for example, duos, right? So you've got 2 versus 2. And say you and your teammates stick together and you challenge another team for a head-to-head race. But then you and your teammate, you finish first and your teammate finishes last. But then you have to figure out, is second and third better than first and last? I don't know. Or maybe do you add people's times together, or is that getting too confusing? I don't really know how you would do it. I totally understand the desire of wanting to play with your friends and stuff like that, but I just don't understand really the fundamentals behind a duos or squads game mode. This obviously is where you guys come in. If you guys can figure out something that would work and that's simple and could get added in potentially pretty easily, please let me know in the comments down below. So there you have it, some of our thoughts for the Eliminator in Forza Horizon 4. I think for me personally, I love the idea of car skins and knowing who I'm going up against and how much they've played the game. And as well, I love the idea of like a mythical tier 11 car that is just so rare. You never see the thing, but it is in the game and you know you can get it. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see get added into the Eliminator game mode and what you think of some of our suggestions. And with that, that is the Eliminator in Forza Horizon 4. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon with some more Forza Horizon 4 gameplay. See you guys then. Bye!